Hi guys, my name is Koltan, and today I'm going to be informing you on the importance of spraying your crops each year. Basically, probably 10 to 15 years ago, spraying was just introduced into the farming world, and it wasn't really looked upon as a great deal to be doing. But over the past 5 to 10 years, it's become a huge impact in the farming world, and people are learning very fast that if you aren't spraying, you're going to have major problems with your farm. So, first thing I want to talk about is preventing weed growth in your fields. That's going to just simply go out, scout your fields, figure out what's going on out there. You can't just drive by and assume that you have weeds or grasses, broadleaves, whatever it might be in the field. You got to go out there, scout it, walk around the field, call your local agronomist, come out, go out there and ID the weeds, go figure out what you got. Maybe that requires going out, grabbing the weed, picking it up, smelling it, feeling it, whatever you got to do to figure out what the actual weed is. According to the GMOcompass.com, excessive weed growth can force crops to compete with each other, and that right there just tells you it's going to force the crop you're trying to grow, whether it's corn, wheat, oats, soybeans. It's going to cause them to have more stress when trying to grow and produce yield. So that requires getting the right chemical, whether it's a chemical for broadleaves, grasses, both, making sure it's going to do the most efficient job on the crop that you're spraying at the moment. So if you don't find the right chemical, or you don't put on the chemical that's going to kill the plant the fastest way, this can prevent what we call weed resistance. This is becoming probably one of the biggest problems that we have in the farming world right now. In 2003, it was estimated if we didn't have herbicides, there would have been $21 billion lost in yield and crop damage. That is according to the food journal nutrientscience.com. That's a lot of money. I mean, just think of all the money you lose on your farm just yourself. If you have 6,000 acres, you didn't spray it. Imagine trying to go combine that and take care of that and put it in the bin. So what you got to do is get out there and kill the plants young. Kill them before they're growing and they have a lot of leaf canopy out there. Get them young while they're trying to suck up nutrients and that kind of stuff. And apply the full rate of chemical. A lot of farmers nowadays, especially the last few years, the problem has been that they don't want to spend the money. So they're cutting their rates back. They're only putting on half the rate, 3/4 of the rate. Well, that's not going to put the full effect on the plant. That's going to cause the plant to become adapted to that and get used to it. So the next year you're going to run into the same problem. The biggest plant we have problems with right now is kochia, especially up here in North Dakota. That also requires getting the right mode of action on the weeds in your field. That means getting whether it's a contact herbicide, a translocative herbicide, anything like that, to get into the plant, really move around and take care of what's going on in there. Some of the easier steps to do that would be spraying the borders of your field. A lot of people kind of skip out on that or try and stay right on the border. Personally, I like to hang the boom over the field 6 to 7 feet. That's going to cause the plants that are creeping into the field to get killed also, because the ones right on the border can get half a spray coverage on them, and that'll cause them to get what we call resistance, and that's going to just keep working its way into the field. So I always get outside of your field. And the biggest thing is on your monitor and your sprayer is watch for skips, because skips can really be a big problem. You might think it's a one small thing here, but each year you have a skip here or there, those plants are gonna get killed, and they're gonna be able to keep reproducing and dropping seed. And that's the last thing you want. So definitely the biggest key to spraying your fields is eliminating all the green in the field. One of the professors from Penn State ecology program, David Mortensen, he says, "I'm deeply concerned that herbicide use could double in the next decade." That's crazy. I mean, right now we're applying 32 ounces an acre of glyphosate, which is Roundup, per acre. If you think of that, that's $18 an acre right there, plus another 32 ounces. That's a lot of money that we're putting on the fields, and it's absolutely horrible for the ground. It's causes a lot of problems, residual problems, that kind of stuff. So the easiest thing you can do is just keep your fields dead. Especially in the fall time, we get a lot of cool season crops such as grasses coming back after you harvest. That's creates a lot of problems when it comes down to the next fall or that spring, because those grasses will go into seed. They'll drop the seed in the ground, and that will leave a seed bank. And actually, it's quite surprising that seed bank can be alive for 20 years, so each year that a plant drops seed into the ground, they can live for 20 years by the time they germinate again and create a new crop. Also, keeping it dead before you go to harvest helps your combine a lot by keeping your blade sharp. It doesn't have to cut through anything green. Like let's say you're harvesting wheat, it's going to keep the straw nice and easy and brittle to cut through, and also your sifter, so you get the good grain going into the combine and the bad grain going out. So basically what I covered today is make sure that you're taking the proper steps to clean your fields, whether it's spraying them or anything like that, because that's going to be the biggest factor when it comes to the farming, and I see a huge problem with spraying in the near future. So thank you.
Good job. That was good.
Stop it.